This is the Vaguely Nerdy Podcast, where each week this brother-sister duo gets together to watch movies, discuss the box office, talk about the latest film and TV scoops, along with our latest movie or show review and what we're getting into next. We're your host, Cheryl.
And Jay.
I don't know why, for some reason, the intro was throwing me off. All right, so this week we watched A House of Dynamite, which is the latest in the filmography of Kathryn Bigelow. Jay is on deck for trivia. What you got?
Okay, Kathryn Bigelow trivia, because there is no A House of Dynamite trivia.
Not surprised.
Okay, so in 2010, Kathryn Bigelow was nominated for Best Director.
Okay.
Alongside her ex-husband. Who would that be?
James Cameron.
Oh.
Sorry, I knew it. But they was only married, what I did see was they was only married for like 3 years.
Yeah, James Cameron's married a lot of different people.
Yeah, from the industry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what movie it was?
Oh, wait, they both were nominated.
They both were nominated for Best Director. Can you guess what movies?
What years?
2010.
So Avatar?
Okay,
James.
that's what she beat. What did she win Best Director
Oh,
for?
she beat. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she won.
Is it it's the one I haven't seen, but I know it's popular.
Stars an Avenger.
Oh, Hurt Locker?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, she won over
Yeah, so not
Avatar.
only did she beat Avatar for Hurt Locker, she also beat Inglourious Bastards by Quentin Tarantino,
Okay.
Precious by Lee Daniels, and Up in the Air by Jason Reitman, becoming the first woman to win becoming the first woman to win a Best Director award.
Oh. Wait, ever?
Ever. She went on to win the award, the first woman director to do so.
2010?
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous.
And in addition to her winning the Best Director award for the Hurt Locker, Hurt Locker went on to win Best Picture.
Okay, yep.
And Jeremy Renner won Best Actor.
Okay, yeah, I remember. I haven't seen Hurt Locker, but I know it was like the movie that came out this year. She also worked with Anthony Mackie on that Detroit movie.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't. I don't think it was like a big movie, but they also worked together on that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeremy Renner didn't win Best Actor. He was nominated for Best Actor because of his role in Hurt Locker.
Listen, I mean,
yeah,
that must be why Netflix put this in theaters so it can compete in the Oscars.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Yeah,
hopefully it gets something.
Yeah.
We get some our thoughts on the movie in our review. All right, so that's it for our trivia. Let's hop into the episode. Welcome to the Vaguely Nerdy Podcast, your favorite podcast for movie and TV show news, trailers, and vaguely nerdy topics.
Each week, we dive into the latest film release, talk about the plot, characters, our favorite scenes, and give our rating out of 5 Nicole Kidmans.
Whether you're a casual moviegoer or a hardcore cinephile, we've got something for you. Reviews, news, hot takes, and a few surprises along the way.
So grab your popcorn, open your favorite podcast app or YouTube, and let's roll the reel on this week's latest episode of the Vaguely Nerdy Podcast.
Y'all, it's light. It is a light news week. I mean, like Diet Coke light. No, it's not light. It's got a lot of sugar. I mean, we talking like low fat. Skim milk, no flavor, no season. I'm just kidding. But we do have a little bit. So we got one for each section, at least. So we'll talk about a new movie that got announced, a trailer that we actually saw in theaters first for a change. That never happens to us. But it got wide released this week. And then we have a bite of crunch that was kind of like a bite of crunch we already had, but it's more like crunchy today. So we'll talk about that as well. All right, at the top, Johnny Depp is doing a Christmas movie, but it's not a kid's Christmas movie.
Okay.
I don't think, at least going by this director. So Johnny Depp is doing a Christmas movie from Paramount. He is going to be leading the Ebenezer, A Christmas Carol movie. It's going to be directed by Ty West. Now, if you know anything about Ty West, you know this ain't going to be a kid's movie. Ty West is from the X trilogy.
Yes.
As in Pearl.
He's making that Zac Efron
Maxine.
slasher.
Oh, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was announced a while ago.
Well, Maxine ended on a low note.
Yeah,
so
right. We talked about how we talked about if they were going to do that because Maxine was kind of like, but yeah, so Pearl, X, and Maxine is the Ty West trilogy.
Would period slashers?
Yeah, well, Ebenezer,
80s slashers?
Could Ebenezer, I wonder if he gonna do like an old school Ebenezer Christmas Carol movie or he gonna like modernize it.
Okay.
I mean, you can go either way. But anyway, it already has a release date, November 13th, 2026. So not quite Christmas season, but right before Christmas season because next Christmas is going to be dominated by an Avengers movie.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So nobody's messing with that.
Alternative broadcasting.
It will be in November for sure. This will be Johnny Depp's probably biggest movie since his whole fiasco. So everybody's probably going to be watching this
Crimes of Grindelwald.
Movie fiasco and life fiasco.
Yeah.
So everybody will be watching this real closely, I'm sure. So this version is going to be a thrilling ghost story set in Dickinson's London. Follows now I'm sure everybody know who Ebenezer Scrooge is, but anywho, it follows a man's supernatural journey to face his past, present, and future and fight for a second chance. Everybody knows A Christmas Story. Everybody know who Ebenezer Scrooge is. Ty West probably gonna try to put like a spooky spin on it, I'm guessing. Although I did not think X, Pearl, and Maxine were super scary. But they are they're slasher horror movies, right? So they're not like...
They would have been considered scary at the time, I guess.
Really?
I mean, Psycho.
Okay, sure. You're right. Okay, so it's more of a Psycho. Those movies are more of a Psycho and not like a Conjuring situation. Mm-hmm. I watch those just fine if you need a gauge.
Oh, yeah. Definitely not a Conjuring.
Had no issues watching any of the Ty West trilogy movies. So this will be interesting. Like I said, it will be very closely watched because Johnny Depp's big role. I feel like Ty West is going to have a lot of pressure on him leading this, especially coming off of Maxine. Yeah. Something semi-related, and I forgot about this. We are getting another Christmas Carol movie.
Yeah, I know.
Also a horror movie. This one is coming from Robert Eggers. We don't have a release date. Mm-hmm. I would assume it's coming sooner rather than later.
I mean, before or after Werewolf?
Yeah, but either way, these two movies coming out with even a year of each other. Yeah. Probably going to be, super duper compared.
Oh, yeah.
And Robert Eggers actually wants Willem Dafoe to lead. He ain't confirmed, but he wants Willem Dafoe. So we going to have a Robert Eggers, Willem Dafoe versus a Ty West, Johnny Depp situation.
Yes, this Ty West thing seems like it's going to be like weird and different. And
campy? Weird, are we going to get a campy Ebenezer Scrooge movie?
Probably because Johnny Depp is involved.
Yes, you're right. He's going to get into his Jack Sparrow Scrooge bag for sure.
But Robert Eggers is super like period accurate.
Yeah.
So his is going to be super serious.
So
probably dark.
Right. And Robert Eggers' last Christmas movie was Nosferatu.
Yes. True.
So this one's
probably be another.
Right. Yeah, they're probably definitely going to keep it with the Christmas, which makes me wonder if this is going to come Christmas of maybe 2027. I don't know if it's going to come out next year because Werewolf appears to be
first. It's in 2026.
Well, I'm talking about for Robert Eggers' movie.
Oh, Robert Eggers is probably going to come out 2027.
Yeah, so we'll have two Ebenezer Scrooge movies in 2 holidays back to back with two very popular leads, Johnny Depp and Willem Dafoe.
We're in a Frankenstein. We're in a Mary Shelley craze right now.
And now we're into our monster craze.
Yeah, now we're in a Charles Dickens craze.
Exactly. We say it all the time. They feel like Hollywood picks a character from wherever, and everybody's like, let's all do a movie about it. Yeah. So I guarantee you, there is going to be another Ebenezer Scrooge project announced before we get to next year.
Yeah, probably.
And they're all going to be horror related.
There aren't that many dark Christmas movies.
No.
Dark Christmas movie characters either.
Other than
It's a Wonderful Life. Nobody's tried to redo that. That's weird.
It's too happy. We don't like happy movies. And by we, I mean the general audiences. Yeah. Horror is doing quite well.
It is.
Horror is doing better than superhero movies this year. So everybody's like, I need to get me a spooky out. So we'll see. I'm very curious of how this turns out. I'm also very curious how this is going to stack up to Robert Eggers. I mean, it's going to be compared.
It's going to be compared.
I'm not even going to be the only one thinking
Robert Eggers is probably be better. And I don't know. Ty West, Maxine left a bad taste in my mouth. It was X and Pearl were okay. X was okay.
Jay was not happy with Maxine.
X is okay. I enjoy Pearl more than X because Pearl had more acting in it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
And then Maxine was just a big womp.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Burger.
I wouldn't even classify that as like a horror or thriller. A slasher.
I don't even know what
Maxine
think anybody
got slashed in that.
I mean, there was plenty of slasher, but she didn't care.
It was like off screen kind of.
Yeah.
So shout out to Ty West. Good luck. Godspeed. Thoughts and prayers because there's a lot of pressure for this movie. But that's all we got. for news.
All right. So that is all for the movie news. Let's roll into the trailer park.
Toot, and a beep, because it's only one beep in this one.
First stop at the trailer park and only stop is for Crime 101. This comes out February 13th, 2026. It's going to star Halle Berry, Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Barry Keoghan, Corey Hawkins, and Nick Nolte.
Stacked cast.
Mm-hmm. Most of them are superheroes.
Not Avengers, Marvel
superheroes.
Not just superheroes. They're Marvel superheroes.
Yeah. So what is this going to be about? We talked about this several times.
Because we had no date. Right. Yeah, exactly.
This was previously going to star Pedro Pascal in Mark Ruffalo's role as the detective, but Mark Ruffalo stepped in.
Yep.
This is centered on a detective tracking a jewel thief adhering to the Crime 101 rules, a strict set of guidelines for the perfect heist. Now, this is interesting because it also seems like he takes the one-on-one freeway, and that's what he's also known for, which is a little on the nose.
So we actually saw this trailer when we went to see whatever we saw last in theaters. My mind is blanking. We see a lot of movies, and we were like, "Oh snap!" We didn't know this trailer was out, and
Black Phone 2.
There it is. And Chris Hemsworth's character is driving on the 101 freeway, and we were like, "Oh, it's called Crime 101 because he's on the 101 freeway." And then I saw this, and I was like, "Oh, it's like 101, like a guidebook of jewel thievery."
So it's two things. He has a guide, and then he also has
the freeway,
a convenient freeway.
Because I think the jobs that he does are along the freeway as well. So
I feel like that'd be easier to catch him.
I mean, come on, he's so good. He's Thor. I mean, come on.
Okay.
I mean, Thor would probably make a good jewel thief if he got Mjolnir on the side. He just smash and grab and get up out of there.
So this definitely, watching the trailer, this definitely looks Heat inspired.
Heat inspired.
Absolutely Heat inspired. It doesn't look super action packed, but it does look like they have some interesting like car chase and shootout action sequences.
Yes.
Halle Berry is supposed to be playing some type of corporate giant that hires Chris Hemsworth to steal things for her.
Yes, they're working together.
Yeah. Or he's stealing stuff from her adversaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not a situation where Halle Berry's trying to, like, she's working with Mark Ruffalo, who's a detective in this, to catch Chris Hemsworth. She's actually on Chris. Well, we don't know. I'm sure there's
like a client.
There's a twist or turn, I'm sure. But she in the trailer is working with Chris Hemsworth. So that'll be interesting.
And Mark Ruffalo is playing a detective who is hunting him down. Barry Keoghan, I'm not sure. He seems to be a third party.
Yes, working maybe with Chris Hemsworth
or against him. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay,
maybe he's just a third party who has the same skill set as Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, he don't seem straight laced.
Yeah,
his character don't.
And we didn't get concrete details in the trailer on Corey Hawkins or Nick Nolte's roles, but they were in the trailer.
They were briefly in the trailer. I actually forgot Corey Hawkins was in this. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot you was in this, and I don't think I knew Nick Nolte was in this at all.
No, I did not.
So it's giving very Heat. I loves me a Heat, so hopefully it's good. This is coming out the same weekend as Wuthering Heights, so alternative broadcasting for sure. And I can tell you where we will be and where we won't be.
Wuthering Crime.
Right. We gonna hear, if you are in Wuthering Heights, you probably gonna hear what's going on in Crime 101 theater, like we experienced with Black Phone and Tron. We was like, oh, Tron next door. We can definitely hear it. But yeah, I'm excited about this.
Yeah, this looks like it's gonna be a good heist film.
Yeah, did you, Halle Berry made a tweet about this, and she said, everybody was like, hey, check out my movie with all these guys, and everybody was like, Storm and Thor. We were like, yes, girl. Yes, because that's what we...
Y'all knew this.
Y'all doomsday prepping. Y'all ain't fooling me.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't fooling me, but nice try. Nice try.
The doomsday is probably like right across the lot. You just take a golf cart over there.
Y'all ain't I don't care what any of them say.
We're not fools, Holly.
Whether Brie Larson tries to avoid a question on The View. Did you see that?
I saw her avoid the question. I saw her call in to Jeremy Renner's interview.
And Jeremy Renner was like, no, I'm not in it. Are you? Like, come on. Anytime y'all say y'all not in it, I think y'all in it. Anytime y'all don't answer the question, I'm like, yeah, y'all in it.
Yeah.
Nia DaCosta was like, oh, I was on the set. You know, Kevin Feige wrote me a letter. Girl, please. That could have been an email.
Y'all are the big ticket actors.
And
like Brie Larson, Jeremy Renner, Halle Berry, Chris Hemsworth. Y'all are the big ticket actors. Y'all are the ones who bid in Hollywood for a very long time.
You seriously think they about to put X-Men in a Doomsday movie and Halle Berry in it?
Your careers weren't made by the MCU.
Exactly. Y'all are the ones.
Absolutely gonna have you in there.
Y'all the ones who have careers outside of Marvel.
Right. The legends.
Don't trying.
The legends are absolutely included.
Y'all doing stuff in between the movies. Like,
exactly.
We're not stupid.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Right.
Good try, Kevin.
Sure.
Yeah, I know he got the sniper rifle out.
We have to question whether Ahmad Vellani will be in it because we didn't know who she was until these movies came out.
Right. And she's not doing a whole bunch outside of Marvel.
Right.
But everybody else,
yeah,
almost literally everybody else,
right,
is
they're
booked
not
and busy.
not ask you to be in it.
Booked and busy. I wish they would put this movie out and Halle Berry in it. We're all riding the streets.
So that is all for the trailer park. Let's dive into this bunch crunch.
All right, we got one crunch that's more of a confirmed crunch that we had last time. So last time we mentioned Miami Vice, the scoop was that Michael B. Jordan and Glenn Powell were going to be were in talks. You know, it was the rumor mill. They had the wrong white actor. So
we suspected.
Right. Michael B. Jordan is in talks officially, in talks to be the lead. And then we have Austin Butler, who we suspect, Scooper suspect was on the short list for Heat 2.
Right.
But Austin Butler is in talks to be the other co-lead of the Miami Vice movie.
Okay.
It looks like it works. Sure.
So who's going to play? So he's definitely not going to be in both.
No. So Austin Butler's going to be.
We still don't know who's going to play young Val Kilmer.
Yeah. Although Barry Keoghan.
Oh, he could be young Val Kilmer.
He could.
When
we were texting back and forth earlier, I was like, no, just go get Barry.
He's in Blonde in this Crime 101 movie.
Just go get him to be Val Kilmer. Yeah. He right there.
You could do Val Kilmer.
Cross the lot. So yeah, that would work. So I'm cool with Austin Butler being Don Johnson.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Some people were like, well, that's not fair that Michael B. Jordan about to be co-lead against Austin Butler. And I'm like, why?
Why not?
Because I guess Don Johnson's character is considered like the main. Like it's a two.
Well, that was the time. That was the time. One,
okay, right?
And because racism, and he was white, so the black character was naturally seen as a sidekick then.
Right, like it's 2025.
I mean,
and he's also Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, this movie would pretty much. This movie wouldn't be following off of the original Miami Vice as much as it would probably be following off of the Bad Boys to be more relevant.
Correct.
This movie will probably be closer to a Bad Boys movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
because the last Miami Vice wasn't
a stinker, and it had top billing cast Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx, who are
and
people.
Michael freaking Mann. We had two big co-leads and a big lead director,
and they tried to follow the Miami Vice formula, and it was a stinker. Nobody cared. So
they've learned their lesson.
They've gone younger. These are action stars,
and I'm not gonna say bigger actors because Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell are still big actors, but they've gone younger for a reason.
Yeah,
like they didn't get I love them, but they didn't get Sterling K. Brown and who am I trying to think of? An alternative white guy because they were like, we need to go younger.
Yeah, this is they're gonna try to replace Bad Boys with this.
Absolutely.
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence can't be Bad Boys forever. They're casted younger because they feel like
they're trying to make a slightly younger version of Bad Boys.
It takes place in Miami. Like it's there. They're gonna make this. This is the new Bad Boys. Except it won't be the fresh young crew that they tried to introduce in their own franchise.
Thank God. Although,
does this count? Is it technically the same thing?
No, because I feel like Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler are bigger stars.
But they're the fresh young crew.
And it's going to be the same plot.
It's going to be the same plot.
It's going to be drugs. We already know. Drugs.
It's Miami.
Human trafficking.
It's going to be cocaine.
And somebody's significant other going to get killed.
It's going to be cocaine cartels, Lamborghinis, high-speed chases.
Exactly. Good clothes.
Women dancing on tables.
Beautiful gowns.
Yeah, it's just going to be...
boats.
Right. Interracial co-leads this time.
Instead of like a buddy, you know.
It's Bad Boys.
It is literally bad. It's gonna be a very how do I want to say it? Sophisticated luxury.
Yeah, because it's not gonna be
grimy and gritty.
It's not gonna be Michael Bay, so it's gonna look different. It's gonna
it's gonna look like Top Gun and F1.
Yeah,
the same directors whose last name I always jacked up.
Yeah, it's the Joseph Kosinskification of Bad Boys.
Yeah. There we go. So, sure. I will say, like I said, the first time we talked about this, ever since somebody said Robert Pattinson and John David Washington, that was my pair.
Yeah,
I can't get out of it. But that would be a very different movie.
High octane police action thrillers I enjoy because I enjoy Bad Boys.
Yeah,
and End of Watch.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. It will be interesting to see this and what's Michael B. Jordan's other movie? Thomas Crown Affair. I wonder how close these two are coming out.
Now I don't think there'll be anything like each other. Now that I think this will be more like Bad Boys, I don't think Thomas Crown Affair will be.
What do you think Thomas Crown Affair going to be like? Thomas Crown Affair? We haven't had a... Have we had a Mr. and Mrs. Smith style movie lately? No? So it'll probably be like... It'll be this day's Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Probably.
Yeah. I expect more luxury from Thomas Crown Affair.
I feel...
No cocaine.
Maybe.
Definitely cocaine in Miami Vice.
Somebody's sibling gonna be on cocaine, bro.
Not Thomas Crown Affair. No
You're right.
drugs.
You're right. So as this gets official and people start signing paperwork and getting their checks cut, we will talk more about it. I'm interested who else they gonna get to be in this. I'm sure we
need a villain.
We need villains. We need love interest. We need cops. We need somebody in charge. Yeah. We need all that casting. So I'll be curious. It'll
go with woman villain.
No, because then they gonna have to make it to where she's like they falling in love with one of the people. They always do that.
No, they don't always do that.
What's our favorite villain? Mads Mikkelsen. Go get him.
What would Mads Mikkelsen be doing in Miami?
Oh, who cares? Dealing drugs. We just talked about dealing drugs, just like every other villain. He's available. Good. I like him. I like Jeremy Irons.
Peter Stormare.
Okay, him.
He's dead.
Ooh, Keith David. I feel like Keith David. Make the villain what'd you say?
Black?
Yes, one. Yes, I was gonna say black first, but you said
villain.
It. A black villain who
make his motivation something different.
Like what?
I don't know.
Okay.
Something else terrible. Something else terrible. Not
like he gonna be Frank Lucas. That was heroin. I think that was cocaine. Anywho, I hope they pick somebody like that's not like obvious as the villain. I almost don't want a woman because I feel like they gonna make one of the leads fall for the woman, and that's so tired.
It's Joseph Kosinski though, so it's gonna be another big name. It's gonna be somebody who.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Make it Pedro Pascal.
No, because then everybody gonna complain about Pedro Pascal being in too much stuff.
They're gonna complain about that if he's in anything. So
yes.
At least he gets to play like a villain. The last villain I saw him play was in Wonder Woman, so he gets a different chance at redemption.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. It's definitely gonna be somebody big. They not picking nobody off
the villain,
the
Glenn Powell.
I'd be curious if he could pull that off.
Yeah.
Because I have not seen Glenn Powell be anything but extremely
Sometimes
nice.
Being a villain is your calling.
Yeah, right. He need to break out now. Austin Butler would have played a good villain because we've already seen him villain in Dune.
Yeah, but I don't know. Too young.
Young cocaine lord. Too young. We just had a super young villain in Alien Earth. Get that guy.
That was different, though.
There it is. Get the actor who played Boy Cavalier in Alien Earth to be the villain.
Yeah.
He's got sadistic jerk down pack.
Yeah.
I've figured it out. Let's do that.
Make it Tom Cruise.
He's not going to be a villain in this because he's going to want to be the lead. He's going to want to be the good guy.
Boo. He's Switch it up, Tom. Go back to, what was his Jamie Foxx movie? Speaking of.
Ooh, that's a good movie.
Speaking of Miami Vice.
Right.
Taxi Driver? Collateral.
There it is.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is very good in Collateral.
He was good in Collateral.
We do need villain Tom Cruise back.
We need villain Tom Cruise back.
And he did Top Gun Maverick.
He could change up his whole look. He'd have a whole different look in Collateral.
He looked like he did in Collateral. Just copy paste. Oh,
white hair.
I know. Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe would be a good villain. Yes. Russell Crowe makes a good villain.
He does.
And
he loves to just.
He's great in Craven.
Do whatever.
Yeah.
That's the man that's gonna do whatever.
So
yeah,
there are options.
There are a lot of options. Don't mess it up.
Yes.
That's all we ask.
Gerard Butler.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. If you can't get Russell Crowe.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel. Yeah.
Yes.
This is Joseph Kosinski.
You
can pull it.
We all like trying to cast this movie.
Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
Yeah, I could see Jeff Bridges as a villain.
I could see Jeff Bridges as a villain.
There are options.
Al Pacino. No, I'm just Robert De Niro.
Okay, you're just naming good legends.
They also probably have a budget for this, so they're gonna be like, we can't afford whoever you about to cast. So yeah.
That is all the news, Trailer Park, and Bunch-A-Crunch we have for this week. We're gonna take a brief break and come back for our review, A House of Dynamite.
Dynamite. It's not nearly as fun as that song.
No.
this week we watched A House of Dynamite, which premiered. It actually was in theaters for a couple weeks, but it came out on Netflix October 24th, 2025. The director of this is Kathryn Bigelow. If you're not familiar with her work, you probably just don't know she directed it. Point Break. That was with Keanu Reeves.
Oh, the original Point Break.
Yeah, she directed that Point Break. And I'm forgetting the name. Patrick Swayze.
Yes.
Hurt Locker, which we talked about in our trivia. Yep. Zero Dark 30, which I feel like I need to watch now because I missed that movie for some reason.
I haven't seen it. It
was talked about
Jessica Chastain.
Okay.
I haven't seen it though.
Zero Dark 30, and then Detroit with Anthony Mackie.
Oh yes.
That came out. It's been a little bit. She's one of those people who make like a good movie and then just go about her business and then come back and be like, I'm ready to make another good movie. Yeah. Go about her business. I appreciate it. Yeah. I like how she works. So cast and characters of this movie include, now there's a lot. I'm just going to do cast like actors. Yeah. There are a lot of, you don't need to know the names of the characters. You can watch the movie for that. But this is an ensemble cast, and our movies are like this. So I'm just going to run down, maybe not everybody named mama and daddy, but the key people. Idris Elba, he does play the president. I will say that character. Yeah. Because we don't get black presidents in movies all the time. So Idris Elba plays the president. We also have
this twice?
Nope, he was the prime minister.
Oh, he's close.
He played the prime minister in that movie with John Cena earlier this year.
World leaders. I thought he was the president.
And that John Cena was the president in that one. So yeah,
equally ridiculous.
He's just right. I actually meant to watch that, but it escaped my radar. I might go back, add it to the list. We have Ilsa, aka Rebecca Ferguson, is in this. Gabriel Basso, who I was not familiar with from anything else, but he does have a significant role in this.
Love him.
Who?
He's the night agent. That popular Netflix series where I think it's about like the White House.
Okay. He did look I haven't seen that show, but I was like, you look some familiar, but I couldn't recognize where he's from. Okay. Jared Harris, aka Chernobyl. That's who I call him.
No, yeah.
Chernobyl. Tracy Letts, who I'm not he has been in a bunch of stuff, and I don't know him by name, but he's a notable actor. He's been in quite a few things. Anthony Ramos, who we last saw in
Rise of the Beast,
Ironheart as well.
Oh, Ironheart, yes.
Yep, TV wise and movie wise, yes. We saw him in Transformers. Moses Ingram, who I quite enjoy in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. She is in this. We have Jonah Hayer King, aka Prince Eric, is also in this. Uncharted. He did not sing in this.
No, but that's the first thing I thought when I saw him. I was like, hey, Uncharted Waters.
In my notes, he's Prince Eric. Yeah, I literally just was like, Prince Eric. We have Greta Lee, who we literally just saw in Tron Ares. Yeah. Jason Clarke, who's been in a bunch of things also. And who else do I want to? I think that hits Angel Reese is in this as herself.
Yes.
Shout out to her. I mean, she in this for a good 30 seconds. Like, you see her, she talk. So shout out to her for being in this Kathryn Bigelow movie.
And Caitlin Dever. She plays Abby on The Last of Us, but she's in that No One Would Help You movie.
That's why she looks familiar. And I have not watched The Last of Us, but she's on like all the posters and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, you look familiar. I
was like, this is a random cast for this small role.
Yeah. That is quite a lot of this happens in this movie.
Yeah.
So about half of the people I named are in this movie for literally 2 minutes. But I mean, sometimes there's a director you want to work with in a movie that you like the script to, and you like, put me in, coach. Yeah. It's like Christopher Nolan. You know how many people be in that movie for 30 seconds?
That's true.
Like,
that is very true.
I forgot you were in this. So similar thing going on here when you have an ensemble cast with the movie. So going back to our facts and figures here, hour and 52 minutes, not super long. I feel like it could have been longer. This movie could have been a whole hour longer, and we won't get to why.
For stuff in this movie.
I think me and Jay's ratings are gonna be opposite, so I'm very curious when we get to that part. But the movie could have been a whole hour longer, and that's usually a compliment for movies. But we'll see when we get to it. We don't know the budget because Netflix ain't telling us. It was only in the box office or in the movie theaters for like 2 weeks, so Netflix not telling us. And there's no cinema score. So ratings wise on Rotten Tomatoes, critics have it at 79, audience have it at 76. So audience and critics are about close on this, which happens semi-regularly. Jay, hit us with the plot for A House of Dynamite.
The plot for A House of Dynamite is we are in multiple perspectives from people who work within the U.S. intelligence agency responding to a missile of some
a nuclear
sort?
missile.
Maybe.
Sure.
A
threat.
Unidentified airborne object that has been fired at Chicago.
Yes.
From an unidentified source. And we are with these different people as they are doing their different various tasks in response to this and trying to prevent catastrophe.
Right. And you know what? I normally say hijinks and shenanigans ensue, but I wouldn't say that with this.
I wouldn't either.
Things ensue, but I don't think they're hijinks or shenanigans.
No.
Not really, which is interesting for a movie. All right, so let's get into our non-spoiler notes. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right. This movie gave me, and I like these kind of movies, Some of Our Fear vibes, The Siege.
That adds context to my thoughts, but go ahead.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You don't like Some of Our Fears?
No, I don't. Well, no, I don't dislike Some of Our Fears. I have issues with Some of Our Fears. But
Lord have mercy.
I don't dislike it.
Disown my brother on this podcast.
I don't dislike it.
Some of Our Fears is like one of my
That's
favorite.
Leone, right? Or that's Deep Impact.
That's Deep Impact. Some of Our Fears Ben Affleck and Morgan Freeman.
Oh, okay.
Same situation where the government, president, somebody's attacking them or whatever, attacking the United States.
I stand by what I said.
All right. Some of Our Fear vibes, which is a movie I quite enjoy. I've seen that movie probably at least 4 or 5 times. The Siege, a little bit of The Siege, although The Siege dealt with terrorism.
Okay.
But this is one of those movies where we get the behind the curtains of how the government reacts to things.
Yeah.
I like those kind of movies. Whether it's real or fake and they made it up, I don't care. Fine. I'm here for the thrill and the stress and the tension. And Manchurian Candidate, a little bit. It's another behind the scenes government.
It's a lot of characters.
Manchurian characters.
Candidate had a lot of people in it.
And 2 of those movies have Denzel Washington in them. So
yeah,
should have added them in here just for effect. It was a 10 to hour and 52 minutes. So I think we get the first 10 minutes of the movie, we kind of get introduced to like our first act of characters. And then once the bomb gets shot off from wherever, it's tense the whole way through.
Okay.
Literally to the credits start rolling. So I actually appreciated that because we don't get I don't get movies that I watch very often that have me stressed the whole time. And sometimes I like a little, this is not a Friday night chill movie.
No.
This is a, what the heck is going on? What's about to happen next?
Yeah.
Why are my palms sweaty? Kind of movie. I appreciated that. I like the diverse cast. We got all shapes and sizes and colors in this. We don't get that very often in movies, unfortunately. So I like that. This movie is more about, you should go into this movie knowing that it's more about choices and less about the why and what. I'll just say that. That did not bother me. I don't think general audiences are going to like that. But we'll talk about that. First act is the best part of the movie. There's a second. Movies are usually divided up in 3s. I think the first act is where everything kind of shines. I like the second and third act, but the first act really sets up the rest of the movie. And then I already mentioned this. The ending, the movie could have been longer. Like we could have added, it could have been like another hour and a half added to this movie.
Okay.
To kind of, pull things together.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say the ending is not going to be liked by most people, but I enjoyed it. It's been about 12 hours since I watched it. And I feel like I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna say I like this ending.
Okay.
So, yeah, Jay, your turn.
Okay, so I echo some of those thoughts. I did think it was well acted.
Yes, very much so.
I did think it was well written.
Okay.
So acting and writing was all good. Rebecca Ferguson did a great job.
Yes.
I went into this. I'm not sure if a lot of people did. I did not know this was going to be a multiple perspectives type of movie where you're watching an event, you're watching something all the way up to a certain point and then it switches and then you're with a different group of people and you're watching them do the same thing all the way up into another point, up into a certain point, the same point, and then it switches. I wasn't prepared for that.
I was not either.
I did not enjoy that as much because...
That's fair. That's a fair critique.
Because the subject matter of whatever the event that everything is leading up to, you get a full ramp up in the first segment, so it doesn't hit as hard the next 2 times you have to get all the way back up to that point.
Agree.
It's just like, okay, now we're just you doing the same bout of tension again with different people.
I will get why I agree with you on that in our likes and dislikes.
Yeah, so there is that aspect, but I do think it is easy to follow. We spent a lot of the movie with different people doing a lot of different jobs that I have no idea. I can't even scratch the surface of all the complexities that goes in behind running the Situation Room.
Right. Now, shout out to whoever had the idea. They say a lot of acronyms in this movie. And in certain parts of the movie, they actually put up what the acronym is. And I was like, thank you, because I had no idea.
I was looking for like a little floating info icon.
I need a wiki page for all these government acronyms. I'm like, the what?
GBIs.
Right. LFOs and CIPs and GXXs. I'm like, what does this all mean? But they tell you throughout the movie. So that was good.
So I like that. It was easy to follow. You're watching a bunch of people do a lot of high level jobs that you have no idea what they're doing, but the movie does a good job of explaining what they are doing and why it's important.
Agree.
So I like that aspect of it. It was very high level. I don't know anything about responding to a nuclear strike, but everything everybody was doing made sense to me as a viewer.
Yes.
I did think it was tense. Obviously, we're dealing with a nuclear strike. That's what the subject matter is. So it's not just everybody responding to it. It's everybody like planning for the worst in the event that this thing does hit. And lives and personal relationships and stuff like that. I think that everybody did a really good job with the acting around that.
Yes.
I think everybody did a good job with the acting around background, a lot of background that we don't end up getting to see.
No.
So a lot of these characters do a very good job at acting like their loved ones are in danger and we're never going to see those loved ones. And they don't, because the loved ones aren't in the movie.
Right.
So
exactly. We get like Elsa we see hers, but that's how we started with her loved ones.
Yeah.
But everybody else don't get that same treatment.
Right. A lot of people are calling loved ones on the phone.
Yeah.
And it's like but we don't get your backstory. We just know that you have loved ones.
Right, which is why I said the movie could have been longer, because we could have added some minutes to each of those people.
Yeah.
Agree.
Not all plot lines are satisfying, and they introduce a lot of characters.
Oh, yes.
But that doesn't mean that by the end of the film, the characters actually did anything or there was any purpose why we were following the character. The characters did have like good moments or funny scenes or funny lines, but then when it comes to the conclusion, it's like, okay, so what did this person do?
Yep.
We're just following them because they happen to be in this specific part of the world while this is happening. Maybe there was somebody better we could have been following, or somebody who was doing more.
That is one of my critiques, is that as much as I like some of these actors and actresses,
you didn't do anything.
You didn't do like, I enjoyed seeing you on my TV screen, but it was just kind of like, you didn't need to be in this. You didn't need to be in this. You didn't need to be in this. Yeah.
Yeah. There were a lot of like, I don't know. I can't think of
one character.
I'm trying to think of like a movie where we had like a character who was like important, but by the end of it, they didn't really do anything.
Oh, that happens a lot.
That happens a lot.
That happens a whole lot.
That was just something that happened in a lot of this movie. There were a lot of characters that had interesting things, but they didn't do anything. And by the time we came to the end of the movie, because they didn't do anything, they didn't have an arc. So by the time we had a conclusion, they just exited the film.
Exactly. Or we just didn't see him again.
Or we didn't see him again.
Just like, well, what happened to... Okay. Yeah. All right. Credits. Got it.
And there is a mystery. The mystery is, who started this? Who initiated this attack?
Yep.
And that is all that I'll say for that. There is a mystery.
It is.
Yes.
He's not lying about that aspect of the movie.
Yes. So going into this, know that there is a mystery.
There are questions.
Yes.
For sure. All right. Anything else you want to say non-spoilery?
Nope.
All right. So if you don't want to be spoiled by this movie, I suggest you don't listen to the rest of our spoiler review and watch this movie first and come back.
Yes.
Now, how you feel about the movie, that's on you. But I do think you should watch it first before you listen to us spoil the heck out of it. And we would like to know how you felt about it. So there's that. But anyway, if you're not going to listen to anything I just said and going to listen on anyway, we're about to get into our spoiler section in 3 and 2 and 1. So there are a lot of characters in this, and we are not going down to everybody.
So you already introduced the character. I was like, I didn't do character notes because after
I didn't do character notes either.
I started, but then after I realized that this was a multiple perspectives movie, I was like, never mind. So
it's too hard. So I tried to hit the people we get the most screen time at least, because there's so many people in this, and so many people are in this for literally 2 minutes.
Okay, so you can go off your list, and I'll say if I have any notes for the people you mentioned.
Okay, boom. So Idris Elba plays the President of the United States.
Okay,
he does good.
Yeah.
I have no notes I wish she could. So there's 3 acts of the movie. The first perspective of the movie is with Rebecca Ferguson and the crew that she is with.
Okay.
And then we hear Idris Elba. We don't see him. He's on the screen, but he ain't turned the camera on. And at first I was like, why we don't see him? But then when we get to his part of the movie, I was like, okay, now I get it. We hear him. He does good at playing somebody who is super stressed, don't know what to do. Like, he knows what he's supposed to do, but he has this difficult decision of like, do I strike back on a country that I think might have sent this missile? Mm-hmm. Or do I do nothing and wait for this missile to hit first? So the whole movie is set up to where a nuclear missile gets launched from the Pacific Ocean. And everybody gets alerted, right? The government has got all these systems to get alerted.
Okay.
And I'm just going to like run down the first act a little bit so I can set up all these characters. The missile gets launched. The government starts readying the procedure of like, what do you do when a missile gets launched? They try to send something up to knock it off course, obviously, and it don't work. It fails. No. They actually send 2 things up. The first thing fails to deploy. Mm-hmm. The second thing hits it and it makes impact, but it doesn't reverse course. The missile is headed for Chicago. Right. And this is a situation where like all of Chicago will be gone. Like, this is not like, it'll just hit like downtown and that'll be it. No, all of Chicago 10 million people will be off the earth if this thing hits. And when they only got like 19 minutes, 16 minutes, 19 minutes. I think it's 19 minutes to figure out what, before it hits. Now they can't stop it. No. They've already tried it. So it's not.
They don't know who shot it, so they can't call somebody to call it off.
Can't call it off. And Idris Elba is in a situation of the country is about to lose a city. I cannot stop this. So do I make the decision to bomb a country that I think Mike did it so they don't do it again?
And then initiate an unnecessary war.
Right. Or do I do nothing and whoever did send this off knows that they can keep hitting us. Right. Right. It's a lose-lose situation. So he does a good job of playing the president who needs to make this difficult decision of what to do, but he's also kind of like, either way is bad. He has a line where he says, I have rules and procedures to do for things like if the Supreme Court justice dies and then the person they pick dies, and if the person comes back from the grave and wants their job back, I have no idea what to do in this particular situation. Yeah. So it's just, the movie does a good job of showing the background of like, they've tested, runs procedures for this all the time. But when DEFCON 1 happens for real, everybody's kind of like, what are we supposed to do exactly? Yeah. I have to make what kind of decision? Idris Elba's like, I have to make this decision. I don't want to, but y'all, everybody else in the movie, he's relying on information so he can make the best decision possible. And he's stressed. Yeah. He's super stressed. Idris Elba did a great job playing super stressed.
Yeah. I think he did a really good job in the role. And the only notes I had were that President Idris, what did I say what his name was?
No, it just says President of the United States.
Okay. I said President Idris.
There it is.
President Elba. I said President Idris is basically just Lupin. I don't know if you've ever seen Lupin.
I have not seen Lupin.
But
Omar Sy?
No, Omar Sy's Lupin is, no, not Lupin. Not Lupin. Lincoln?
The President Lincoln?
No. What is Idris Elba's? I've seen it because it's come on TV and I've sat and watched it before.
It's with Idris Elba in it?
Yeah, it's Idris Elba's cop show.
Oh,
Luther, not
okay.
Lupin.
I was like,
else.
Other black guy.
President Idris is basically just Luther.
Okay.
I've seen some episodes of Luther.
Okay.
Where he's like the British cop.
Okay.
And he basically just like, he's like the cop that always looks like he has a hangover and needs a cigarette. That's how he seemed as president.
It's funny.
When he was making his coffee, he seemed like super stressed about the situation.
And he calls his wife, and his wife like, you sound tired. He's like, yeah, I am actually.
That was another note that I had. Excellent casting for the first lady.
Oh yeah, I liked her.
Good. Renee Elise Goldsberry, who we saw in Hamilton.
That is her.
Yeah.
Now, when I saw her on the screen, I was like, she looked like the lady from Hamilton, but her hair is cut super short.
Yeah.
And it threw me all the way off. I was like, oh, she looks like her. Yeah. I wonder if that is her. It is her. Good for her.
So
another person on the list.
Idris Elba 53, Renee Elise Goldsberry 54. And I was like, finally, we get couples casting of age-appropriate babies.
Casting. She was good. She played good trying to console like the president through like, and actually in the beginning of the movie when they first talk, it's a normal day.
Right.
So she's just trying to say, hey, you're tired. It's okay. Whatnot.
I thought they were going to go like some young actress like for First Lady. Like they did for Highest to Lowest. Which, I mean, that was outlining a stereotype. But when they showed that Renee Elise Goldsberry with the First Lady, I was like, oh, that is good casting for First Lady.
Yeah.
That is really good casting.
They could have a whole movie with just the two of them.
Yeah, and she did really good in the role.
Yes,
so,
I like that. All right, next up we have Ilsa, a.k.a. Rebecca Ferguson. She plays Captain Olivia Walker, a.k.a. Liv. So she is a senior officer in a White House Situation Room. Mm-hmm. So we actually don't start the movie with her, but we get a little backstory on her. She's married. She has a son. Her husband, as she's going off to work, her husband is taking their son to the doctor because he has like a fever or something. Mm-hmm. So she is basically the one running the show or whatever. And everything starts off, the whole movie starts off as a normal day. And then when things start to pop off, she is the one who has to take charge and get everybody like in place or whatever the procedure is that they go to. Mm-hmm. And they go from regular day to DEFCON 2 to get DEFCON 1 in like 7 minutes. Maybe less than that.
Yeah.
So things go from regular, boring day to hold on, something is wrong here to nuclear war is about to happen pretty quickly. Rebecca Ferguson does an excellent job of trying to keep it together, but she can't because she thinks the world's about to end.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And one thing they have to do in a Situation Room, now I don't know if this is real or not, is they lock their cell phones in like a case, which I thought was actually, I was like, oh, that's a nifty little device. You basically put your cell phone in a glass case and then you lock it with a key and you keep the key on you. And then you go to the Situation Room. She actually asked her coworker, I think he's like an officer as well, to go get her phone because she's trying to reach out and call her husband. Now, what I thought was interesting through this whole movie is everybody who calls their loved ones from work can't quite say DEFCON 1.
Right. Yeah, they can't say it.
They're all like, Rebecca Ferguson Liv tells her husband, like, go west. Like, go the furthest you can go. And he's like, he knows where she worked. So he knows it's something serious. But she can't say, like, a nuclear warhead is headed to Chicago.
Yeah, because they're not sure. So just in case it lands and doesn't blow up, they want to still be able to spin the story.
There's a possibility that said in the movie, like one of the other characters says, like it could not detonate, like it could hit and not detonate. It could go into the ocean, like it could
be some fancy billionaire's rocket that they forgot.
It could have been an accident
that they were firing off.
Right. So the president, another reason why the president is struggling so bad, because he's like, it could be like it could not turn into anything. Mm-hmm. And I've bombed a country for no reason.
Yeah.
So, but Liv does a great job of trying to do her job, but she also has a moment of like, I might not ever see my family again.
Yeah.
And there's another scene in the movie where I guess there's a procedure where in case Washington gets nuked, they have to keep track of who was in the room.
Yeah.
To know, she calls it a dead list, like everybody who died in the room. And I was like, oh, this is depressing.
Yeah.
So Rebecca Ferguson, excellent job here.
Yeah, she did a really great job. I also always love seeing Ilsa in anything she's ever in.
Yes, justice for Ilsa, by the way.
This is my first time seeing her play this type of character who didn't have a gun and wasn't ready to go out and kill whoever her adversary was.
Yes, like she takes control of the situation even though she has a moment of a breakdown, but she's not like mean or rude, or she definitely don't like snipe nobody in the back of the head at work.
Yeah, she did a good job playing like a really calm under pressure person. Like she had to think on her feet about everything. Like everybody had to come for her to ask for the next move. She was on different calls with different people.
Trying to work it out. She did a really
good job with, and trying not to break down or let people
right, because she had her son's toy like in her shoe, and then she put it in her pocket and she pulls it out of the pocket and she's like, oh God, I ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna make it either, probably. So yeah, she did very good at this.
She did.
Next up we have Jared Harris, who plays the Secretary of Defense Reed Baker. Chernobyl did good. I don't have any. As soon as I saw him on the screen, I was like, "Hey, Chernobyl!" I like Jared Harris as an actor. He was interesting because his backstory is his wife died. I don't know how long ago, but his wife seems to have died somewhat recently, and he has a daughter, but their relationship's not good right now.
Yeah.
So he's trying to help the president and all the generals and stuff, like collect information, make an informed decision. But he's also trying to tell his daughter, or he can't tell his daughter's DEFCON 1.
Right.
And instead he just says like, I love you, because she's, for whatever reason, she doesn't want to talk to him. And he's just trying to say his last words, essentially, without alerting her that a nuke is coming.
Yeah. He
was good. He had the most surprising part of the movie, which I will save, I guess, to the end. And I didn't see that coming at all, but shout out to Jared Harris. He did get in this. Next up, we have Tracy Letts, who plays, who was he? Oh, he plays General Anthony Brady. He's the combatant commander of, it's called United States Strategic Command. STRATCOM is what they call it in the movie. Shout out to the movie for telling us what the heck that was. I was like, what the heck is STRATCOM? So basically, they're the people who are keeping tabs on the nuclear missile that's coming. He plays your typical military guy who just wants to send nukes to whoever because it's better for us to nuke them first than they nuke us first. Essentially, but he does very good at it. So
I got his his explanation, not as far as nuke somebody first to not nuke us, but I did get his spiel when he was telling the president, not that we should just nuke anybody as a response, but when the president was like, we all need to slow our roll down and we need to hold up before we start making these brash decisions. And I did get the point when he was kind of like, it could be nothing.
Yes.
However, all of our enemies also are now on the move as well. And we haven't actually confirmed to anybody that there is a missile on the way to Chicago. So he was like, all I have to give you right now are the facts. There's a flying object. It could be a bird. It could be a plane. It could be Superman.
It's something big enough to take out Chicago.
Russia just moved. Asia just moved.
Everybody moves.
The Middle East just moved.
Yeah.
Russia's submarine that we had their eye on just slipped its shadow all of a sudden.
All the terminology was very cool.
I like the fact that he was like, it was more, I thought at first he was just kind of be like military hungry. I've waited my whole career to fire this missile.
That's what it felt like
to do. But then when he was kind of like, also, everybody's being very suspicious right now.
True. So now, when the missile goes off, right, at first they keep it in-house. The situation room is called all the right people. It's very low key, quote unquote, because the missile is like suborbital, so you can't like look up and see it. But what happens is once they try to hit the missile, one of the characters who we'll talk about next says it's like hitting a bullet with a bullet. Yeah. They missed. And another character was like, everybody knows we missed. So now everybody's like, everybody's getting on their P's and Q's because like, oh snap, United States tried to take this missile out.
They didn't move until after the GBI failed.
Exactly. Because they're like, so whoever did it knows that they missed, right? And then whoever didn't do it is like, oh, what if they think it was us? Yeah. So everybody's on high alert. So you're right. He made a good point. But
it was just very, had everybody not moved after the GBI failed, he wouldn't have had a bigger thing to stand on.
I get it. He was very much like, y'all need to hit because if Chicago's already done, like
they were like, Chicago's done.
We passed the point of saving Chicago at this point of the movie.
We just lost Chicago.
Chicago's done. Yeah. So his whole thing was like, we need to take people out before they take out another city. And the president is like, what if the city don't even get taken out? Yeah. So he did a very good job of sparring back and forth. I was like, can you talk to the president like that? Yeah. But I guess that's what he's hired for, right? Yeah. So he did a good job of sparring back and forth with the president. I get it, but it felt very much like, well, hold on, sir. And then at one point, he's like, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Like, we all see the time. You're being rude because we all know how much time is left. You need to relax. But he did good. I like Tracy Letts. Next up, we have Gabriel Basso, who is night agent. You said, right? Yes. Okay. He plays Deputy National Senior Advisor Jake Barrington. Now, Jake is having a slightly off day because he's actually taking the place of somebody who is not answering the phone because they had surgery the day before.
Yeah, colonoscopy.
Exactly. So he out for the count. So Jake got to step in and do his role. This character annoyed me at first because he's very much like, sir,
Too frantic.
He's frantic. But sir, you are a national security advisor. You need to be on your P's and Q's.
He wasn't ready to be in the spotlight today.
Right. He's like running through the street because he's trying to get to work on his phone. And his connection drops, and the conversation he has with Brady is super annoyed. But when we get to the Brady perspective of the movie, he's like, the reason why I didn't go to what did he say? I didn't go to the Navy because I didn't like all this rocking around because his phone is shaking, and he's like giving everybody shaking baby syndrome. because of the phone. He drops the connection. He has to go through security, right? But you can't take your phone through the metal detector. And he's like, oh, sorry, I need to, I'm going to do it right now. He's like, you're going to do what right now? So that whole back and forth was good. Jake comes into play mostly when they need to. He's trying to help the president make a decision and trying to help the president not set the nukes off. Another character, I can't think of his name right now, but another character's like, hey, you need to take this call to talk to Russia. I think Jake talks to Russia to try to see if John Connor. Oh, yes. He played John Connor in
Terminator. Yeah.
So Terminator Genesis, John Connor.
Yes.
basically tells Jake, like, you need to talk to Russia and I need you to find out. He said, we need a reason to tell the president not to set these nukes off. Give him a reason why. So Jake is the one who tries to do that. He tries his best, but he's definitely feels more like that fish out of water kind of person who just started his job. But I thought the actor was pretty good. I didn't really once I saw him in action and, his negotiating talking skills, I was like, all right, Jake, you good. You was a little shaky there.
Yeah,
but you was fine. He was fine.
He had a good sequence where he was on the phone with the Russian prime minister.
Yes, who was also all the governments was like, yeah, we ain't never had this happen before. Yeah. How is this supposed to go? Even the Russian guy was kind of like, well, how do I know y'all not going to...
first of their lifetime.
Right.
So, yeah.
How do y'all know y'all not going to nuke us? And he was like, well, I don't know. He's like, can you confirm? He's like, I can't really do that.
Yeah, all you have to go by is trust with nuclear bombs are at
exactly. And the Russian whoever the Russian guy was like, we'll do this if you do that. But somebody on the Russian side was like, what are you doing? Like, don't say that.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of tension there because we have people who have never been in this situation trying to figure out what to do. And there's like lives at stake.
Yeah.
Essentially. I mean, DEFCON 1 is basically nuclear war is about to happen.
Yeah.
So, and next up, I will mention Anthony Ramos, who plays Major Daniel Gonzalez. So he is the commander of Fort Greeley. Now, Greenlee is a place where they actually shoot off the, GBIs? The GBIs that knock the missile off course. Yep. So they get the alert first, and then they get noticed that, okay, now that everything's confirmed and it's real, they are at a military base that is going to knock it off course. So everything's kind of hinging upon what they do. One thing that I liked about the movie is everybody's on speakerphone.
Yeah.
So anytime you're having a side conversation, we can hear... It permeates through each act. So as we see each act play over and over again from different perspectives, the side conversations that I was like, oh, I didn't know that was on the speakerphone happens. And Anthony Ramos has one of those. So I thought that was pretty cool. But Anthony Ramos does good he's kind of, I don't call him mean, but he's somebody who's kind of very like straight-laced, I guess.
Yeah.
But when things start popping off, like his crew is supposed to, detect the threat, say where it's going, how fast, did stuff get intercepted. He becomes kind of like, it's okay. We've trained for this. Like, we know.
Well, it seems like he's typically that type of person. But he's having either marital or baby mama issues.
He is. We do get we get a little bit of backstory from him.
It seems like him being mean is one of his coworkers, the way they react, it seems like him being strict and mean is not
like
typical.
Stress.
Yeah.
So he seems stressed. And then you get a DEFCON 1 situation. So he's like the stress he could possibly ever be in his entire life. So, but he did good. I like seeing Anthony Ramos and stuff. I think he's actually one of the last shots we get at the movie as well. So a lot of this movie is the first people you see in the first act are not necessarily people that you see in the rest of the movie. So like Rebecca Ferguson, after we leave her point of view section of the movie, we don't see her again.
No.
We hear her because she's talking through a speakerphone sometimes, but we don't actually see her. So he's definitely one of the characters where we saw at the beginning and we hear, he is one of the people who have a conversation that was like, oh, y'all was on speakerphone when y'all was talking about that, but we don't actually see again. He is one person we actually saw at the end. But the character wise, I liked him. I mean, he was definitely, after it was the point of no return with the missile, their crew was not really needed anymore because
they failed.
After the missile, they try to knock the missile off course. There's nothing else they can do because it reaches a certain point. You can't launch another GIB or whatever at it. So they just kind of sitting there depressed, crying because they know Chicago about to get taken out, right? And they can't call. Somebody tries to call their mama like, oh, I just want to tell you I love you. And she's like, you sound all right. And he's like, everything's fine. The world's coming to an end, but I can't tell you. So I like Anthony Ramos in this. All right. So I have a special shout out section to people who we like, but we're in this for 2 minutes.
Okay.
That is Prince Eric. He plays a Lieutenant Commander Robert Reeves. He is the person who gives the president the strike book essentially. It's the nuclear codes book, essentially. Like if a nuclear war pops off and the president's ready to strike, he has this book of what he called, they're like red, yellow, greens or whatever, of like cities to strike, how many people would be killed if you did a strike and all that. He basically has to follow the president around everywhere he goes in case a nuclear war pops off.
Okay.
And this was his day. So he did fine. I mean, I didn't really have any complaints. I thought he was up to something the way he was looking, but no, I guess he's just a military guy.
Yeah.
Anything from Prince Eric?
No, Uncharted Waters.
Okay, it's never going away. He will live by that until he dies. Moses Ingram plays Kathy Rogers. She is a FEMA official who apparently has just started this job not too long ago. So she's going through a divorce. That's the little backstory we get from her through a phone call. But she,
not
huh?
I said maybe not anymore.
Right. I don't think it matters. At the time that the missile was going to hit Chicago, none of this even and nobody's personal matters even matter anymore. Right. But she's in this for maybe hot 2 minutes. She is somebody who apparently is delegated to, if something pops off, she has to go get evacuated.
Yeah.
So she can continue to run FEMA. Yeah. Essentially, when everybody else dies.
Yeah.
One of her coworkers thinks it's Secret Service comes to get her, and her coworker's like, well, that's not fair. She's only been here for a month. And she's like, I was picked as a delegate or a designated person. Like, It is what it is. So she has to run off and get saved, and everybody else is left behind to die. Yeah. Essentially, if DC gets hit, because they're in DC. So shout out to her.
Yep.
I liked her. I mean, when we saw her.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see more of her. What you gonna do? And then last but not least, Greta Lee plays Anna Park. She is somebody who is National Intelligence Officer for North Korea. She's the one who talks to the president, I think, and Jake, who's trying to say North Korea could be behind this, but they don't even know where the missile came from. Yeah. So she can't say for sure. She's just basically there to say it's possible. I don't know what y'all want to do about that. And she also gets evacuated. I think she's also on the list to get evacuated as well. So once again, she's in this probably less than Moses Ingram is. So
yes, she is.
She ain't got to work with, but she good. She did good with what she got. So shout out to her for being in the Catherine Bigelow movie. Is there anybody else to mention?
No, that's all I had.
All right, there's like 12 other people in this movie, but shout out to them. We're not going through all that. All right, let's get into our likes and dislikes. You want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Hit it.
So I like the writing. I like the acting. The stakes were there. The tension was set up very nicely. That is pretty much all I have for my likes. My dislikes, I'll save for the ending.
Okay. My likes, I'm going to save my like till we talk about the ending.
Okay.
It showed that I like that this movie showed that it doesn't matter how many times you can test for something. Sometimes you ain't ready for the real thing.
That's true.
Especially when it comes to nuclear war.
Yeah.
So I like that they didn't try to make the movie where everybody made like an expert decision and did the right thing. Like they literally didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't.
Had no clue.
This was everybody's first. I mean, nobody. Yeah.
Everybody's
they
first
read
time.
the textbooks and they knew the procedure, but when it came to making the decisions, I mean, it's just not something you could do very quickly.
Right. And that's what makes the movie so stressful because they're not really sure what to do.
That is true.
Dislikes, I would have preferred the movie been told in linear fashion. So we do get the time hop, not the time hop. We do get the movie told in 3 different perspectives, but each perspective doesn't really add anything new. We've heard the conversations before, either through speakerphone or from the character themselves. So by the time we get to the 3rd time with Idris Elba, I was kind of like, are they going to play the exact same clip?
Yeah.
And they do. And I wish each section would have added a new piece of the story that we didn't see from the previous section. So that was my nitpick for that. The only like big thing that happened in the new section was with Chernobyl. I'll get to that at the end.
Okay.
Otherwise, we literally see the same hear the same perspective 3 times. And then I don't know if this is a like or a dislike, but parallels to the actual government are frankly obvious.
Yes.
There's a line where somebody's kind of like, we spent $50 billion, and this is all we get. Yeah. I was like, yes, that's what the government does. Excellent. So that is it for my likes and dislikes. I think everything else is in random notes.
Okay.
So now we're at the ending. So this movie ends not how you think it would end. Jay hated it. Yes.
No, I didn't like it.
And I actually appreciated the ending. So we get to the final act of the movie. We have been through all, you know where we going, right? Yeah. Chicago is about to be hit. President has to make a choice. The one thing that was different from all the other acts that we didn't see. So Idris Elba, the president is asking Baker, like, Baker, I need your advice, man. Tell me what to do. And Baker doesn't respond. And there's a little commotion in the back of like, oh my God, like, sir. And nobody really says anything. So the president's kind of like, okay, Prince Eric, tell me the codes or whatever. Cause he's like he still has to, you know, you just can't just get nuclear launch codes. Like you got to go through like a authentication process. Mm-hmm. So we're at the point of the movie of like, is he, isn't he? Because Chicago is obviously already done for.
Right.
When we get to this part of the third part of the movie, Baker, Chernobyl, has jumped off the building.
Yeah.
He is like, we done for. There's nothing to live for. My wife is gone. My daughter won't talk to me. I can't reach out to her and tell her DEFCON 1 is hidden.
Right.
I'm out. And he just jumps off the bridge. Off a building?
Yeah.
I think he was in the Pentagon. So he jumps off the Pentagon.
Yeah.
So that was the moment. That was the one different thing that happened in the 3 acts. So Chernobyl is the one that don't make it out to the end of this movie. So we finally get to the point where all 3 acts point of views have converged. One of the people that's with Anthony Ramos is counting down. She's like 10. She counts from 10 down to the end. And then the movie goes to black. Yeah. The movie just ends, y'all. The ending is no ending. This is one of those. This is you know what this ending is like? I give you one guess. It's a TV show.
No. Lost?
Sopranos. If you've never seen The Sopranos ended with the family getting together at a diner.
Yeah, ramp up.
You think there's some shady characters in a diner, and you like, oh my God, is Tony Soprano finally about to get whacked? Meadow comes in through the door. Series over.
Yeah.
Done. Goes to black. They never tell us if Tony actually gets whacked or not. You just make up your own conclusion.
Boo.
This movie is the same way. We do the final countdown. We see Moses Ingram's character going to the bunker. We see some people get evacuated. We see the president stressed out. Fades to black. It don't even fade to black. It cuts to black. And that's the end. That is the ending, folks. Jay hated it.
I didn't like it.
Now tell me why you did not like it.
Did they fully confirm it was a nuke?
Does it matter?
It does. Why? Because it matters whether or not everybody died or not.
Why? The war is imminent.
In Deep Impact, everybody died.
That's fine.
That was fine because it had an ending.
Here's the thing. This is a kind of movie where it didn't matter because it was a lose-lose situation. It didn't matter if Idris Elba set off them bombs to whatever country because that was going to spark war. And it didn't matter if he didn't send the bombs first because they going to have to figure out who did it and that's going to start war.
It does matter.
War situation.
Because we don't get answers to anything.
What answers do you need?
I want to know who sent it. This is a mystery.
Does it matter?
It does matter. I want to know.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it adds context. Who sent the bombs?
I think that this
how did they do it? That scene of who did it and how did they do it? It kind of does matter, like how did they accomplish it? They put all these threads up. Like
you're right, they did.
China's been researching it for a while. They developed like AI assisted missile launching.
Could have been a random billionaire,
and then they planted the seed that it was internal sabatage. And they're like,
yep,
okay,
they sure did.
These are all interesting things that you should include in a movie.
I do not think that was the purpose of this movie.
I mean, clearly it wasn't. And that's why I didn't like it.
So earlier in the non-spoiler section when I said this movie is more about choice and less about who did it and why, that's because we never figure out who did it. Mm-mm. And we never figure out why because the movie just goes off.
No.
I respect the decision to end the movie this way.
I don't, because this was advertised as a mystery. And there's no solving the mystery.
Jay is in the majority.
Yeah.
Most of the reviews I read about people were not happy. If you search for this on Threads, people are, pissed.
Yeah.
And there's some rare birds, people like me, that were kind of like, perfect ending. I enjoyed it. I think that this ending is perfect for what the movie wanted to tell. And it was not about the who and the why. It was about the craziness, insanity of being in a DEFCON 1 situation and people have to make decisions based off very little information.
I didn't like that. I feel like it could have been both. I feel like it didn't have to choose either or. It could have did both.
Fair. That's fair. And I get why people don't like it. And that's also why I said this movie could have had another hour because the other hour could have been what happened with whatever decision that was made.
Yeah. Although if it was a nuke.
But then I feel like it would have just been like every other movie. It would have been like a Sum of All Fears. It would have been like a Siege. It would have been like a Manchurian Candidate.
Instead, it was a half of Sum of All Fears.
I wouldn't say all that. I would say it was its own different kind of movie. I respect it. Jay hated it. At first I was like, okay, and then the more I sat on it, I was like, I'm good with it. And that's weird for me because normally I don't like them kind of shenanigans. You need to tell me what happened at like a woman in the yard where we didn't know if she was like dreaming or dead or what. Annoyed. But this was a clear cut. I'm not telling you the ending. You know that somebody launched a nuke. You know the Chicago about to be gone, maybe, and you know nukes is flying and war is about to come.
But that only matters for like Idris Elba's character.
It matters for everybody.
Nobody else had a choice to make.
Well, I mean, that's the whole movie, though. Like, the president was the ultimate person that had to make the choice. Everybody else was trying to help him make a choice, period. Yeah.
Because they didn't do anything. Then that means they didn't even do anything, really.
They did.
Because he ultimately is the only person who got to make the choice.
Well,
the rest of them, we're just watching them all be sad and prepare for death.
Correct, because he is the president. And remember, the guy that was with Rebecca Ferguson was like, they're not going to launch before, like, we know, right? And she's just kind of like, I mean, they could. Yeah. They literally could, right? And that builds the tension of kind of like, I mean, he could bomb Russia and it not be Russia. He could not bomb anybody and Chicago be perfectly fine.
All the interesting tidbits are things that they said that we didn't see. That was my issue. Like they dropped the seeds that we don't know who it is. That's the seeds of the mystery. They had Greta drop all that exposition about how they could have done it, but we're not going to investigate that.
Yeah,
all our adversaries. There's blood. They can smell blood in the water. All our adversaries are moving.
Yes,
but we're not going to explore.
We don't know. We don't know. You can make your own assumptions.
I don't like it.
I'm on the opposite end of that. I quite like the ending of this movie. So the ending is no ending. That's probably the shortest ending segment we'll probably ever have.
At the end of the day ended.
And another day came.
Maybe.
That's how we know. We just don't know how many people made it to the next day, essentially. So did you have any favorite line or scene from this movie?
I didn't have any favorite line or scene. Well, I guess I had a favorite scene.
Okay.
And that's when Mogus Ingram makes the call to Rebecca Ferguson.
Okay.
Because Mogus Ingram works for FEMA and they get the FEMA alert. I can't remember the terminology.
Jeep? I think it was called a Jeep something.
Jeep, yeah. But basically there's a nuclear threat.
Yeah, there's an evacuation plan that needs to start.
Nuclear threat has been raised.
Right.
And Mogus Ingram calls Rebecca Ferguson, calls the Situation Room to confirm it. And she's like, hey, we just got this alert, this Jeep alert, and wanted to call and ask what's going on. And Rebecca Ferguson's like, yes, the alert went out. She was just like, okay, so yeah, you think we're just going to start making moves without like, she was like, you think the speaker's just going to evacuate and not have any questions about it?
Yeah.
And she was just like, yeah, I bet he has questions. She's like, okay, so are we at war? Like, you need to elaborate.
And Rebecca Ferguson don't really say that. She just be like, bye.
Right.
Click.
She's like, all I can do is confirm that it's real. Bye.
Right. Follow the procedure. Essentially, everybody's like, follow. And there's also points in the movie where people, Secret Service start coming up to collect people to take them wherever they're supposed to go. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, this is insane. This is not serious. And they're like, I've been told to remove you physically. Yeah. You need to, this is for real, y'all. We need to go. Yeah. So everybody in the movie it took a while for them to realize this is actually happening. So my favorite line or scene would actually come from Chernobyl, where he's talking to Jake and Jake is explaining to them that, they're like, oh, we're going to send up this little rocket or whatever to throw it off course. We're told, somebody actually says we'll be fine. And Jake is kind of like, it's only a 61% chance that it actually works. And Chernobyl was like, so it's a coin toss? Yeah. We spent $50 billion for a coin toss? This is ridiculous. And he was right, because it fails.
It did.
One of them fails to actually deploy, and the other one actually does hit, but it doesn't make it off.
And he said it's a 61% chance if it does deploy.
Exactly.
So even if it does successfully deploy after being fired off, is 60% chance. So the one that didn't even deploy had even less than that.
Right. So it lose situation. But they $50 billion, they tried it at least. All right, that's favorite line or scene. Let's get to our random notes. Did you have any?
I'm at a couple.
Yes.
Lots of sad faces.
Yeah.
Oh God, not multiple perspectives. That was at the end of Rebecca Ferguson's sequence, and I realized we started the story all over.
Here's another thing.
Like,
so
oh, no,
not only does the movie cut off and we get no ending, every time we cut to the next act, the movie just cuts off. Yeah. And you're like, what is about to happen? And then we go to the next point of view. Yeah. So yeah, that was crazy.
I thought it was funny that GPIs aren't that great.
Yeah, $50 billion of craziness.
Excellent First Lady casting. Random note was Angel Reese's appearance. I didn't think she would actually show up when they name dropped her.
Right, you never really know if they're going to pay for the person to show up in the movie, and they did.
So after Angel Reese, it was Catelyn Deaver, and then after Catelyn Deaver, it was Uncharted Water. So I was like, hey, we're on a roll of like faces.
Right, I know all these people.
Who the heck would develop an AI missile launch system? Is it that inconvenient to launch your own missiles that you have to automate that?
Why would you want to automate that?
Why would you want to automate it?
The reason why the government has you like recite codes and stuff is so you can get authorized and clearance for that.
AI is meant to AI in the workplace is meant to like free up your time for other tasks.
Mundane
tasks. More important than the missile launch? You need AI to do that part
too. The president has a line where I think the security officer guy is kind of like, everybody's getting ready and mobilizing. He was like, that's more important than the missile launch? Like, yeah. What are you talking about? There's a missile in the air. So yeah, that was crazy.
And my last note is, what the hell is this ending?
Jay texted me before I finished. He didn't tell me what happened at the end. He was like, have you watched yet? And I was like, I'm about an hour in. And I was like, is it bad?
Fine, I'll wait. I'll save my rage.
When it went off, now here's what happened. You text me and I was like, I got about an hour left, and I didn't want to look up anything or whatnot. So I checked my timer when I sent you, and I was like, okay, it's about to be an hour, and this movie about to go off. This is weird. And then when it hit, I was like, oh, that's what he meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That ending chose violence. Like, you gotta be real bold to be like, I'm gonna end my movie with no ending. Pretty crazy. Random notes I had was the cell phone locker was pretty cool.
Okay.
So they have to put their phones in, like Ari said, they put their phones in this little glass case with a key, and you keep the key. I was like, I'm surprised. That must how it worked for concerts where you got to put your phone away. Yeah. I've never been to one of those concerts because I never had been to, I guess, that exclusive of a concert. But I thought that was pretty cool.
I mean, no.
Like comedy shows.
You got to be like an album release for that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. It's probably what Marvel does.
Yeah.
for screeners and whatnot. They get a meeting together super quick. In the second act, is it the first or second act, you see how fast everything happens and how fast they get people on the phone.
That was first.
Yeah, I was like, oh, everybody's literally like in their office ready to like go within like 2 minutes. So that was a good thing that they was ready to act on it quick. Is this movie over 19 minutes? Question mark. Yes. That was one of my first notes. I was like, is this? Because I was like, oh, Chicago gonna get hit. And then the rest of the movie is about, oh, what happens next? No, the whole movie is the 19 minutes. Yeah. So, and we don't get that very often. I need to look up DEFCON levels. I was like, wait, we went from 2 to 1. Is there like a 0?
Yeah, it goes, yeah.
I don't remember DEFCON levels because I don't work for the military, but 1 is the worst.
Yes.
By the way, not 5, it's 1. And let's see. Does it really work like this with the intercept? I was like, do they actually have things that like shoot up in the sky? Which
they do have ground intercepting vehicles. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate to know that they don't work that well. I was like, is that statistic like a real life statistic?
I wonder if that is a real life statistic. I know that we do have like ground level aerial deterrents in case there is a missile incoming.
Right. But I wonder, the guy, Jake was like, it's like shooting a bullet with a bullet. And I was like, that makes sense. Like trying to send a missile to throw off another missile don't even sound like it's possible.
And also the fact that they were like, well, why didn't we send more if that's the case? And they were like, well, because just in case this one hits us and they send more, we have to have other ones.
Oh, right. Because she was like, we only got 50.
Yeah.
We didn't send 2.
Yeah.
Like, and they don't work that well.
Yeah.
So we need to save what we got. I guess you can't call and tell anybody. So everybody that was calling their loved ones was like, I miss you and I love you, like on a Tuesday at 4:45 and I'm at work. What you mean?
Right.
So that part was crazy. Literally, Rebecca Ferguson is the only person who tells her person to leave. And she just says, go west. And he's like, what do you mean? She said, just take the son, kiss him for me, and go as far west as you can.
Yeah.
He probably knew that was DEFCON 1.
Yeah.
How did they not to have the president immediately? So there was a first part of the movie where the president is not on the call yet.
Yeah.
And that's because he was at the basketball game with Angela Reese. And I was like, where's why do y'all not have him like on the ready? It's because he was actually giving like a speech to little kids, and then they ran him out of there, and everybody's like, okay, something's wrong because y'all just snatched up the president to lead. And then what else do I have? I think that was pretty much it. Oh, Elsa trying to hold it together. Yeah. That was sad because she knew like this is what she trained for, and she knew that the end outcome was not going to be good. Yeah. Either way. Oh, I have one more. He's supposed to flip through a book. So Prince Eric gives Idris Elba a book of all the different scenarios that he can pick from. Yeah. To bomb a different country, and the book's like 50 pages. And he's like flipping through. He's like, these are all the different options. It's like he has 2 minutes and 30 seconds. How is he supposed to read all this book? But I guess that was Prince Eric was there for, was to assist him. Yeah. But he was telling him to bomb something. I was like, hold on, sir. Relax. But like you said, you can't relax because, nuclear war. Don't got time for that. All right. Any other thing for random notes? Nope. All right. Let's hit our rating. Out of 5 Nicole Kidmans, what are you giving A House of Dynamite?
I'll give this a 3. Okay. I think it was well written and well acted. Yeah. It didn't have an ending, so I didn't like that. Mm-hmm. It didn't solve the mystery, so I didn't like that.
That's at least 2 Nicole Kidman.
A lot of the characters didn't have like conclusions that mattered.
Right. So Moses Ingram, I guess we see that she goes to the bunker, but
overall, why did we need
why did we need to follow her? Yeah. Not sure. Greta Lee's character, I mean, she had the conversation with the president. Did you need that? Not really. No. The B-2 bomber fighter guy, I don't know why for what? No. He didn't need to be in this. There might have been a couple other characters that were just kind of like, okay. Yeah. And then, we don't see him again because ain't no ending. Yeah. So a lot of that.
I didn't understand the point of including all of those people. Okay. And then giving them backstory.
We get backstory for almost everybody we meet.
Yeah.
Interestingly.
But I do think it was tense. Uh-huh. So for that, I will give it a 3 Nicole Kidmans.
Okay. Yeah. I'm obviously going to be higher on it. I'm giving it a 4. Okay. Because I like the ending. I'm giving it 1 whole Nicole Kidman off for half Nicole Kidman because I would have preferred the movie be linear, and I would have preferred if each act gave us something new to the story. And it doesn't. And then I also will give another half off because, like we just discussed, some of these, we get introduced to a lot of people that go nowhere. Yeah. And, like, these not just regular people. This is, like, actors and actresses that we like and other things. Like, oh, cool. And then you're like, oh, but you didn't do anything. So, yeah. 1 off combined, 1 off for that. But otherwise, I'm going to recommend this joint to other people. Now, are you going to be mad at the end? Maybe. Maybe not. But you're going to be stressed for 2 hours. Who don't need that? Sometimes you need to get the blood pumping. Okay. As if life is not doing that for you. But, if you want like a fictional situation, you can watch this movie. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
No.
Okay. Would you recommend somebody watch this? Honest opinion.
Me, no. Okay. But I like endings. So
Jay's a normal person.
I would recommend this to somebody if they're okay with open endings. I'm not a fan of open endings.
That's fair. It is. It ain't even open. It just ain't one.
Yeah, it's just not even. It's like somebody took a knife and just cut the ending off.
They were like, "Move it! Like we're done here. Everybody go home." But I respect the decision because I feel like it was a lose-lose situation. Ain't nobody coming out of this in a good position. So that is it for our review for A House of Dynamite. You can check it out on Netflix right now. Yeah. Actually, if you want, which means you can cut it off if you get to a point where you're like, I hate this. Yeah, also true. I don't want to do this anymore. But that wraps everything up. What are we watching next week?
So Frankenstein's on the calendar, but we don't know if it's coming here.
Yes, so it was supposed to get a wider release, but I'm not seeing it in the place where we want to watch it. So
where are you seeing it? The Gateway?
Gateway at like 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock. Right.
Awful place, awful time.
And it's eventually going to come to Netflix, so I'm kind of like, maybe we just save it.
Only at Gateway?
Right now, it is only. A House of Dynamite was only at Gateway. When it played,
I would settle for an AMC.
It didn't even get to the one place where we saw Highest to Lowest, the Neon, not the Neon. That's the movie theater.
Local movie theater.
Yeah, it didn't even get it there, which is weird because that's where I figured it would be if it was. So we'll see.
Open it up, Guillermo.
Right. So TBD on Frankenstein if we can see it next week. Yeah. Good Fortune is out, but that kind of came and went. Yeah. I don't even know if I want to see it now because I'm like. Maybe I'll catch it some other time. So we'll see. We'll have something.
Shelby Oaks?
Absolutely freaking not. But I like that you thought that you almost got me with going, yeah, no. No. You don't think I'm going to be able to handle it, but you want me to watch Selby Oaks. No. You crazy. You crazy. We'll have something for you guys next week. We just don't know what it is yet. Maybe a show is coming out. If you're listening, give us a recommendation of something we can watch. Yeah. That's not scary. Yeah. I'm spooked out for spooky season. Okay. Have you watched any more spooky smoothies this month?
What did I just watch? I literally just rewatched something.
Oh, Lord. You watch so many things.
It wasn't Scream because I'm always watching Scream.
That's a normal day. That ain't spooky season.
I can't remember what I just watched.
Uh-oh. Jay's watched so many horror movies, he don't even remember what he watched. So, yeah, we'll have something. We don't know yet.
I saw Conjuring. That was the last new horror film that I had never seen before that.
Oh, okay. You said it was just, okay, right?
Yeah. I mean, they really struck lightning with that first one. But they rely too much on CGI.
That's weird for CGI a horror movie.
And ghost and too many visual effects. Okay. They try to up the stakes with the ghost each movie, and it just doesn't work.
It's interesting because that's the one that's made the most money.
Hauntings are spookier when they're subtle, not when...
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah. Not when it's like in-your-face ghost.
It's a lot of jumping, supposed jump scares that they make up.
It's a lot of supposed jump scares, and a lot of, you can tell this was...
fake.
Visual effect and not an actor.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Huh. I wonder if they did that to cheap out. Yeah. Probably. It's probably easier. Okay. Well, I won't be. That was my review for the
But it's the last one. They said it's officially the last one. People were speculating, and the director said, no, this is it. We're done. We're done with the Conjuring.
We're done for now. He forgot the for now. And he didn't say for now, but he meant for now. That movie made way too much money. They're not letting that go. I ain't stupid. But anywho, that is it for our episode. If you like our show, please give it a share. You can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or on our website, vaguelynerdypodcast.com, where you can also leave us a voice message which we will play on the show. You can follow us on Threads where we argue with people. Just kidding. And IG at Vaguely Nerdy Podcast. We're also on Blue Sky and the Bird app for now. At Vaguely Nerdy Pod. You can reach us via email at vaguelynerdypodcast@gmail.com. We take questions, suggestions, donations, yes. Whatever you want to send our way. If you're listening to us on a podcast app, you can also catch our animated show on YouTube, where we were also Vaguely Nerdy Podcast.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.